Namaste. In this video, we will discuss about an important actor in Shadyantra, which we call as Arthashastri or Prime Minister. This actor is missing in modern chess, or maybe this actor might have been renamed as Queen in modern chess with different type of steps or moves assigned to this actor. Arthashastri cannot be more than one in any king's side. Arthashastri should be initially at the left side of the king. Arthashastri is at the third level and ranked above Senapati and normally can move one step at a time. Very important point to remember is that Arthashastri is the monetary and resource manager for entire kingdom and also helps to promote the army and army officers along with other powerhouses. Let's discuss how Arthashastri or minister moves. We will see some examples as well. Any army officer or special officers can move one step at a time. However, empowered Arthashastri or minister can move one step plus 3 as per the rank equal to 4. That means it can move up to 4 steps in any direction. Let's see the first example. You can see in this image that Arthashastri can move one step in any direction, and that is as per their own capacity because Arthashastri is not powered. In the second example, Arthashastri is empowered now with the help of spy, and now empowered Arthashastri can move up to 4 steps like 1, 2, 3 and 4. In the third example, you can see empowered Arthashastri can move up to 4 steps, but they cannot break war borders or castle walls. Even though all the powerhouses are not in the palaces, but still Arthashastri is not a striker, so it cannot break any war border or any castle wall. Arthashastri or minister cannot strike the opponents. So let's discuss and see some examples as well. Arthashastri or minister cannot strike the enemy but can only protect themselves. Arthashastri or minister cannot break the border. Hence, war borders and castle borders cannot be broken by Arthashastri. Empowered Arthashastri or minister can jump over their own castle wall without breaking the castle wall. However, empowered Arthashastri minister can easily jump the walls of Naglok and True Zone. Arthashastri or minister cannot push the opponents. Empowered Arthashastri or minister cannot push or strike the opponent actors, but can protect themselves from the enemies as per the actor's rank strength. Let's understand the conditions when Arthashastri or minister can be promoted. Arthashastri or minister are not subject to normal promotion like officers. Remember, king or Arthashastri have to prove their valor. Then only they can be promoted. Ideally, it is very difficult to promote minister or king. In this example, you can see Arthashastri or minister can be promoted only if they are inside the opponent castles. In Shadyantra, a king is already present. Hence, Arthashastri cannot be promoted. The initial layout cannot be exceeded at any point of time when playing the game. Also important to note is that convicted Arthashastri or minister can neither be promoted nor be demoted. Arthashastri or minister when promoted becomes a king, and we know that there can only be one king at any side. Hence, this is possible only in Rajtantra game. Arthashastri becomes inactive in palace. We will understand and then we will see some examples as well. We know that inactive powerhouses are powerless and resourceless. Arthashastri minister when present in the palace in any condition makes the entire army penniless and unarmed. Hence, army and army officers cannot strike the opponent. If Arthashastri or minister are inside their palaces, then its army or officer can only push the enemies because they cannot strike the opponents. Let's see the first example. Here you can see inactive Arthashastri or minister cannot come out of their palace on their own. In the second example, you can see Arthashastri is inside the palace and is inactive but has been activated by the army general. So even when Arthashastri in palace and becomes active, then also their army and army officers cannot strike the opponent because Arthashastri is idle and not providing resources or money to army to strike the opponent. Similarly, if we extend the example 2 to 2.1, we will see Arthashastri is in palace and is inactive, but Arthashastri has been activated by the neighboring army general. In this case, Arthashastri has become active inside the palace and can only move out of palace with up to 4 steps. In the third example, Arthashastri is inside the palace and was initially inactive, but the neighbor army general outside the palace has activated the Arthashastri inside the palace, and army general cannot take power from activated Arthashastri because it is in a palace, and hence army general cannot break the border. To break the border, army general needs full-fledged, full potential based powerhouses. Point to note is that if Arthashastri or army general or king, any one of these three are inside the palace, then army or army officers of any rank cannot break the borders. Arthashastri can offer temporary ceasefire as well, so we will discuss very brief about it. When Arthashastri or Mantri offering the truce, then it signifies that the army cannot move ahead of its area or line of control. However, army can always strike as per their available opportunities. That means army can go back and strike the opponent. Ceasefire or truce is partial and temporary because it is not given by the king. So, Arthashastri and Mantri offering the truce is discussed in another video. You can go through that video to learn more about the truce. Arthashastri can neutralize the Narad or Rajrishi as well. It can be of their side or the opponent's side. King or Arthashastri or spy can also neutralize the empowered Narad or Rajrishi, but army general cannot neutralize the empowered Narad or Rajrishi because they are below the rank of Narad or Rajrishi. This process of neutralizing the Narad is discussed in another video. You can watch that video and understand about neutralizing the Narad or Rajrishi. With this, we end the details about Arthashastri or Prime Minister in this video. Thank you for watching. Dhanyavad. Namaste.